Hey there, fellow K-drama enthusiasts.
Who are you? What happened? It's like the camera came on and you got it.
Hi, welcome to episode 1 of Focus and Flair. This is a podcast about K-dramas and ADHD, self-care, all that good stuff. My name is Mariah. I am the queen of ADHD chaos, and I am joined by...
Oh, hey, this is Mike. Welcome to the channel. As she said, we're here to talk about, anything from K-drama, music, just anything. She wants to focus on something, but I highly doubt that's going to happen, so we'll see.
So get ready to laugh, learn, and embrace your focus and flair. So as this being the first episode, we just want to give everybody a little background about what we're doing here, what we hope to attain, and a lot of things that we want to discuss. For
Well, let me
me,
go first because I
Michael
need
and
to
I,
explain to the people why I look like I'm in a prison, why the color looks like this. So I travel for a living, okay? Listen. So no. Let me say this because I travel. So you're always gonna see a different background. I'm in a different hotel right now. I'm in fucking Kentucky, in the middle of nowhere, for my job. So no, my internet's not the best. No, my lighting's not the best. But I'm
and we're
not
not
in
going to
prison.
focus on
I'm
any
not an inmate.
insecurities.
It's not an insecurity to talk about setting. I feel like setting is important, and where this is the first time they're gonna know me. They're gonna, or anybody who might come up, and maybe nobody's gonna log in and watch us. Who cares? Okay, that sounded like an insecurity.
This
That
is
sounded
our
like
first
insecurity.
episode. We just
That sounded like insecurity.
this is our first episode, and so we just really wanted to record and just make sure that we at least get started. Hopefully as we go on, we build up our camera confidence and get our intro down. That's something that I completely bombed.
I'm
um
gonna have to start checking a
but
bag to get all these lights because I can't keep looking like this. I'm gonna have to check a bag.
but anyways, Michael and I have known each other for a long time. um we have talked about doing this podcast for
A decade.
ages now, half a decade. I think this podcast was about 5 years in the making, um that we've been wanting to do this. So we're so excited to be here, so excited to start sharing, kind of our journey and everything that we're going through. Mike, how do you feel about this being our inaugural episode?
First of all, I didn't even hear what word you said because I was so busy counting. What was that? How does it feel to be what? What?
Our inaugural episode, our first
Oh,
episode.
I thought it sounded like you said something Barack Obama related, but I didn't know what you meant. So,
It's not-
I was like, what? I mean, it feels like, first of all, we had a very hard time getting here just today.
yes,
I'm running on 4 hours of
just
sleep.
today. It's been rough.
It's rough.
Same.
Rough. We were literally, like I was saying on my flight here, the Lord is testing us because there's no way I'm going to be able to record today. It's not happening. And yet here we are making this first record that I hope people watch.
Or not. If people don't watch this one, we still got the second one and third one. We have a whole week of
We're
podcasts
gonna
planned. Don't
keep
let this first
recording no
episode.
matter what. Yes.
Yes, don't let this first episode stop you from joining us. Um, yeah, so Mike and I, we've known each other since high school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we've been friends since college. And
Great
one thing
distinction.
about us, one thing about us is that we absolutely, it was, what year was it that we
We don't
started
have to get
kind of
into
like this
dates.
weird
We don't have to get
journey?
into dates.
It was, no. I mean, when we both kind of like found out we had very similar interests. I remember
that was much later in, like, we was sitting there
yeah.
watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That was the first time I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, we
I
watched
think
the thing.
we knew for a long time, for some time, at least since college, we knew we had very similar tastes in
Humor.
TV shows and humor. And I think it first started off with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Or did it start off with Arrested Development?
Sunny in Philadelphia. Arrested Development came later.
We both, I remember I showed him It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The Nightmare Cometh,
if
and
you ain't
we
never
realized
seen it, go watch it. You know what it is, bitch.
It's Always
Go
Sunny
watch
in Philadelphia. A lot of I like tried to. Funny enough, I tried to put my mom onto that show, but she didn't like that first episode because the first episode, the one where Mac dates the black girl, it was a little racial. It was a little
racial.
That
they need to take that one off with the Lethal Weapon ones.
My mom didn't like the show, and it really is her type of humor, but she didn't like it. But I showed Mike the Nightmare Cometh episode, and then what happened from there? You started showing other people. What happened?
Oh yeah. I started showing everybody because I can't help myself, which is kind of why we felt like we should be doing this podcast. And then after that,
yeah. So we both
I stumbled upon Arrested Development.
Oh yeah, and I had already seen it, and I was like, It's such a good show. And then for a long time, we were making jokes about that. And then I remember I moved to Washington State. My spouse is Navy. And I remember just being out there being kind of lonely, and I started listening to K-pop, BTS to be specific. And I remember sharing with Mike that I liked listening to BTS. And that's when Mike shared with me that he likes to watch
K-dramas, Asian. Because I have been watching them for years. Because I was watching, like, what's the one?
I didn't know that.
Gujun Pia. I've been watching them for years to the point
where Boys Over Flowers.
Yeah. Ooh, toxic. So I had watched that one. I have been watching all the ones on Netflix.
We need to do an episode about that show.
So yeah, because the reason why I got into it is because my roommate at the time, he's Black and Korean. So he would just be randomly watching stuff or randomly seeing stuff, and I was just like, okay, what is it? What is it that you keep cracking up laughing at? So I watched an episode. He stopped watching it for real. I started watching it. And
really?
The drama behind it. Yeah, he don't watch K-dramas like that. So the drama behind it was like perfect. I mean, it was perfect enough to keep my attention. They had subtitles, so I had to read, to watch, to enjoy it. It was perfect for my mind. And so I had shared with Mariah. I was like, the only thing I know about Korea is these K-dramas. And she was trying to get me to watch. She even tried to get me to go to a BTS concert. And I was like, and mind you, I'm the king of calling out of work. If there's one thing I would do, I will call out of work, especially that job. And she was like, it was this big work at the day. And I was like, Mariah, I'll send you the money for the tickets, but I'm not going. I can't go. Biggest fucking mistake of my life.
It was the BTS Speak Yourself tour, one of their biggest tours, or was it the Love Yourself? I can't remember, but it was one of their biggest tours ever. It was one of their biggest tours ever. And it was their last tour before the pandemic, so it took, another 4 years to see them again?
Yeah, we didn't see them till what? Butter?
Permission to Dance. No, it was after Butter. It was Permission to Dance.
Yeah, you're right. It was after Butter.
So yeah, we both enjoy Korean dramas and Thai dramas. And so if you enjoy those things, you'll probably like this show. We this week especially, we have some topics related around that. So that should be really fun. And on top of that, we are watching some current shows as well, and we're going to continue to kind of like do that, and we'll see where things go. We both have ADHD, so this podcast topic could change at any point.
It's changed several times in this conversation, but like, that's fine.
but that's how we developed our enjoyment and wanting to watch K dramas. That's how it happened, and then ever since then, we've watched so many shows. How many shows would you say we watched?
I mean, we've watched things from again like Boys Over Flowers all the way down to Flower of
Boys Over
Evil.
Flowers, which you know, that Boys Over Flowers is not my jam
No,
at
so
all.
abusive. So all the way down to Flower of Evil, which is one of our favorites. Flower of Evil.
Which one? Flower of Evil. Yeah, I already we we gotta do an episode on Flower of Evil. Come on, that's one of our.
We could rewatch that whole thing.
I think Flower of Evil is like the perfect show for somebody with ADHD because they every episode it progresses and progresses
from like thriller to like, then I don't know how they put romance in that show, if I'm being honest.
I don't know either, but it just kept us so intrigued. That and W. That and W, they just did. If you don't watch K dramas, the plots in them are just insane.
Utterly
insane.
ridiculous. I mean, between all of the vehicular manslaughter, I mean, just the way that those people, like, they had me afraid to go to Korea because of the way that the cars just be up on sidewalks, making people flipping 360s in the air for 10 minutes.
And maybe somebody can in the comments can confirm, do they have stop signs in Korea? I'm beginning to think they don't have stop signs.
The problem is the brakes will go out.
Do they have the stop signs or just the stop lights?
They got all of it. The problem is the manufacturing. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But
from it. So I guess manslaughter is the wrong. No, they do be killed. They kill parents. If you're a parent, you're going to die in a car.
Oh my goodness! If you're a parent, if you are a good parent in a Korean drama, you definitely count your days.
Bad parent,
count your days.
If you're a bad parent, you're there, thick and thin.
You're done for.
All the way up until that child is having children. You're gonna be there.
I learned that while watching E-to-One class. I was like, oh my God, I love this dad in this show. He was literally the first character to die. And I was like, golly, if you're a good parent in a Korean drama, you're not going to make it.
Especially if you got money. If you're poor, they want to show you how good you are in poverty. But if you're rich, you're only here to create a wealthy child who has abandonment issues. That's literally
pretty much. And so we watched a lot of dramas and we found some of our favorite actors, actresses. And yeah, pretty much that's where we're kind of starting this podcast at. We're going to see where it goes. If you enjoy the Korean drama topics, please let us know in the comments. But we're going to see what works. We're going to see what doesn't work, and whatever works, we'll double down on. So yeah, I know from my research, there's really nobody in the space, especially Black people, doing that sort of topic or really even talking about ADHD, which is a segue into our next topic. So Mike and I were both diagnosed as adults with ADHD, which is crazy because I spent most of my life being told I'm not living up to my potential. And now as an adult, I realize that because I'm still not living up to my fullest potential. But now, now I at least know what that means and I can be thoroughly disappointed in myself.
I know why I'm messing up. So yeah,
I know exactly what it means.
We also got diagnosed around the same time, didn't we?
Yeah, we both got diagnosed around the same time. We're both pretty much neurodivergent. And it's really, it just added like that kind of another level of our friendship.
Yeah. I mean, because it was, and then like, it was very weird because after I started learning certain things, I can see why I started clicking with certain people because our communication styles are so similar. Like, so I didn't notice that all these things that I thought were just quirks, were more so like, no, you need to go get that checked out. So I would walk away mid conversation from someone talking to me. We could be in a group setting and having like good, and it could be kind of good. We could be having a decent conversation, and I'll just go and walk off mid conversation. Someone could be literally talking to me, and I just be like, right, and walk away. I didn't even know why.
I think I noticed it in our pre-production. So before we got started, Mike and I recorded, just to kind of get the audio levels right and everything. And we recorded, and that was really the first time I realized, oh, we're really going to do this without our medication. We're going to be here, and we're going to, y'all are getting the off the pill, raw and uncut personalities of us. I think you were like trying to talk to me, and I just kept moving on with what I was.
Oh my God! I kept going like, Mariah. And next thing you know, you're trying to fix the mic stand. You're trying to fix your. It's just.
He was doing it too, by the way, because I was trying to say, all right, let's move on. Let's discuss what we're going to discuss next. And he was talking about can you see this? And he has these red words on his screen. And I'm like, we're workshopping our show for the day.
As
and
we're going through this, I'm wondering how annoying this is going to be for someone who does not have ADHD. Like, how are they going to follow along with this? Like, even just, like, we've been recording for 17 minutes. How is someone that you're supposed to be keeping time? Did you know we've been going for 17 minutes?
Yeah, I knew we were going for 17 minutes.
Okay.
Our intro was a little bit shorter than planned. Huh?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. So, things work out.
At this point, we should have been still talking about the K-drama aspect for 15 minutes. So we should have been on that for till the 20. But it felt like that conversation kind of died out.
Did it die out, or did it just transition?
I did kind of transition it.
Yeah, because I felt like...
I did. It transitioned. I transitioned it, yeah.
Okay, it's a guide. It's a guide.
It's a guide.
Is it typical in a podcast? You've done more research than me. Is it typical in a podcast to talk about the guide?
It's hinted to, but it's not usually directly stated.
You know what
I have never.
This lighting. Go ahead. I'm being dramatic. You're right. You didn't even say it, but I know. Because you had time to get your lighting right.
That's not the point. The lighting is gonna be what it's gonna be. We can work on that. We can fix that. It's not.
I don't ever know what lamp I'm gonna get when I get into these hotels. They got lights.
Well, then you're gonna need a ring light or something. You're gonna need it.
And I have to start checking the bag.
Mike, I got this ring light from the Target, and it's bright. I got this ring light from the Target.
Okay, you're also in a very well lit room. Matter of fact,
you can't well lit that one. Is there no overhead light?
They give you these little shits. What am I gonna do with this?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's more. It's still gray. It's still gray. Gray.
Michael, just please.
At least they see how this Hilton couch doesn't look jail-like. They can see. I look ashy. I look like a gross sister from Proud Family.
You do not look like a gross sister from the Proud Family.
But you
Please
didn't say
don't
I
let
didn't
this
look
derail
ashy.
us.
But you didn't say I didn't look ashy.
What do you want me to say?
Then
You
I don't look
feel
ashy.
like
Is
you
that
look
hard to say?
ashy. What do you think of this sign I made?
If
You love it. I knew it. You love it. Lost for words.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Okay. And that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. One of these days, I'm gonna write you something real wild on here. Be ready for that.
What do you consider to be wild? Let me ask you that.
Wild as in, I think you know what I consider wild.
But juggers?
It gotta be real outlandish. It gotta be real outlandish. It gotta be.
They
And then
don't know
also,
what bajuggers is. They'll learn what bajuggers is.
stop it. Also, do you like this? If my little brother is watching this, he made this way back in the day.
You know, I'm glad you added that little tidbit because I'm like, he's old. He's graduated out the military, and that's the best he could do. Jesus. That
He didn't make this recently, but
him up. But
anyway,
I hope you watch it now. I hope you don't watch it.
He didn't make this recently, but I held on to this ever since he was I want to say pretty much before he could even spell, because he spelled family very wrong. It's
that looks like tamales though.
Anyways, I hope he watches this and sees this, but this will always be here as a reminder of him. But anyways, what was we talking about? See? We was talking about our love for K-dramas.
No, we transitioned from
We
that.
was talking about our ADHD.
Ooh.
We was talking about our ADHD.
There it is.
Yes. Yes, there it is. There it is. That's what you can expect from this podcast. The unexpected.
And cheesy puns.
Let's talk about one of our favorite K-drama actors. Let's talk about that. Lee Jung-suk. No.
I wasn't expecting that. Was that on the guy?
No, it's not on the guide.
Oh.
I'll cut this part out. This part will get edited.
You can keep it there. I just, what did you know, you can't keep throwing things at me and they go like, improv. You know, like, if you're going to edit.
Oh, God. See, are you still on that?
Me up. No, I'm not stuck on it because it just happened.
It didn't just happen. So, this weekend, I spent the weekend doing episode preparation, pre-production for our podcast for the week. Michael has a very busy schedule. So I'm trying to do as much of the pre-production as possible. I'm so thankful that he's here. But I went ahead and I scripted out the intro that I didn't use. And when I asked Mike to improv his introduction...
No. You're already telling a fib. You're already not telling the truth. This is a lie. Because you didn't ask me to improv anything. You started recording and you were reading off of your beautifully crafted script for your intro. And then you goes, and Mike... And just, I was like, what the... You gave me no hint. I don't know anything about podcast formatting. So I'm just expecting, like, you know, you to teach me, tell me what's going on, not to just lay me out to the wolves and, like, say, figure it out.
I didn't lay you out to the wolves. I didn't want to write. And then you expected for me to write something for you. You said, write something and I'll edit it. And I'm like, I didn't exactly.
You just said you do the legwork. Walk.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I remember that. Anyways. So that's what happened. But where was we going with that?
You were talking about how you like to throw things at me and you have no...
Oh, yeah. I had thrown that.
Lee Jung-suk little piece out there. But let's talk about him. He's a great actor. I mean, you know, you can always... What I like about Thai dramas and Korean dramas, I even like watching, like, African dramas, like, all different kinds of dramas from different cultures.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, even if you don't speak the language, I can still spot a bad actor. I can still spot an actor who does not know how to cry on cue. And what I like about Lee Jung-suk is, like, he knows how to play anything. I mean, he does such a good job. Like, even with that serial killer one.
Ooh, don't bring that up.
Yeah, you couldn't even
That was hard to watch.
It ruined,
that was hard to watch.
Ruined your whole image.
That movie That movie was
Yeah,
hard to
yeah, yeah,
watch.
yeah.
I didn't like
So,
his most recent drama, Big Mouth. Have you
wow.
heard of that one?
I didn't watch it yet
It's
because you be
not.
watching stuff without me.
It's not the. You can put your finger down now. It's not. It was a little bit more depressing than what I'm used to from him, and I
Well,
didn't like the
he wants
ending.
to expound as an actor. He can't always do rom com, K drama stuff.
Yes, you
He's
can. I'm telling you, Child Un Woo better stick with some rom coms. Don't try to
he's
change it
going
up.
through
Don't try
some
to get
stuff.
creative.
He's going through some stuff. He can do whatever he.
All right, I won't say that about him, but yeah, we do like a lot of different cultural dramas, but it seems like the Korean dramas is kind of like it's getting a lot of hits right now. So
They got a lot. They got a good
cha-ching.
formula, but I will say that what's annoying is there's a lot of these what's the term that people use for people who just fetishize Koreans and stuff like that? What's that word?
Korea
Um,
boo.
there we go. I we liked Korean dramas before, and I'm not doing this thing that's like, oh, we liked it before it was hip. No, I didn't even recognize that there was this whole I mean, as being black people, we know what being fetishized feels like. We know what we are very understanding that this is not a cultural thing. This is just a brand of TV show. If I were to watch Love and Hip Hop, I would never say oh, that's how all black people act. You get what I'm saying? So it's I'm
Yeah.
watching this for entertainment piece. This is perfect for who I am as a person who has ADHD. I like watching anime. I like watching things with subtitles because it makes me have to read it. I don't
Yeah,
I'm
it
going
makes
to
you
I
focus.
watch French films. I watch British films. I like different cultures. And Korean dramas is it's sometimes it can be super deep, but me personally, I don't like watching the super deep ones because that's not why I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here to get shameless entertainment. I don't expect anything out of it. And I feel like some people take it to a whole nother level to where it's not. And I hate that TikTok and when you're on social media and people are just watching it and they have this weird fetishization eerie part in that. And if that's not you, you're not gonna get that vibe here. This is literally just gonna be our genuine interest in something that's a different culture.
Yeah, just art. And I love the way that you phrased that. That was so well articulated because it a lot of people, especially when you're a fan or a black fan of anything kind of like Korean culture related, and they have issues. They have racial issues in Korea, and they kind of expect for you to be the person who answers for all their racial issues, and it's really not that deep for us. It's entertaining shows that one not everybody watches, right? It gives us something unique and a different perspective on just entertainment in general. But two, we're well aware that there are racial issues there that they need to figure out, but we cannot answer for them just because we like their shows. Do you
And
know
I
what I'm
think
trying
it's
to say?
so yeah, and it's so double it's a double edged sword. It's kind of it's just stupid because they do the same thing here in America. Yeah, America has racial issues too. Everywhere you go, there's going to be racial issues for people who look like us. And even if it's not a racial thing, sometimes it's a nationality thing. So it's why is it on me to answer for someone else's prejudice? Why is it on me to talk about
Just
social
because,
economic issues of other people's cultures just because I said I have an interest? If I say that I like country
yeah.
music, am I supposed to talk to you about racism at the CMAs for what? I don't like country music, by the way. I need to be very clear about it.
Have
The
you
furthest I
seen
go is Daddy Lessons by Beyonce, and that's about it. I mean, the
have
classics.
you
Everybody likes Chris Stapleton. That's color.
That's your color, but have you seen K Michelle at the CMAs? K
Mm.
Michelle does strictly
Nobody
country
knows K
music
Michelle.
now.
She don't even know herself. No, no, what does K Michelle even look like today? No.
Well, I think she performed at the
I
CMAs.
didn't
I think
like the
she's a country
song.
singer now.
Yeah, she be yodeling.
I
I didn't
I
like the
I
song.
am not.
The
I
song, I don't.
Let me say this. I'm not a K Michelle apologist, But
And
I just wanted to
I
throw
used to
her
like
in
K
there.
Michelle as a person. Like sometimes she was funny, you know, she was very real and honest, and she still may be all of those things. But when she got up and she did that song, and I just was like, "You're playing me for a fool right now. You're playing me for a fool because this is not what you." You know, I hope K Michelle never watches this because she's gonna be like, "Who the fuck are you to be telling me about my music? Be an artist. Just know that I'm not a fan of the direction you decided to take. That's all."
I don't. Isn't she from Tennessee?
She
Is
from
she
one of them
from
places.
Memphis?
Maybe.
I think she is from Tennessee. I
She went to the Country Music Awards and sung that
you
song.
were recently there, right?
Yes,
Where?
I was recently in Tennessee. Yeah, I was in Memphis, Tennessee. Did I see K Michelle's name pop up anywhere? No, I did not.
Mm. Please for her.
And she's
Is she
playing.
not representing her
Ooh,
hometown?
she might be. K Michelle
I
is from where?
yeah, let's
Memphis,
look that up.
Tennessee. She from Memphis.
Memphis, Tennessee. You
You know what
had something
shocked me about
interesting to
Memphis
say
when I
about
was there for the
Memphis.
first time? You know, I went to go get gas, and I was not
Mm-hmm.
expecting to see all those bulletproof glass that you see when you go to New Jersey and New York. It took me back. Like,
Really?
and I went like, and then when I parked my
They be
car,
doing that out there in Memphis?
I
They be
don't
going
know. I
down?
don't know. I was only there for 2 days when I first went, and then I was like, "Dang, why when I get it? Why is it so hard to get to my parking at the hotel?" And the lady was kind of giving me eerie. She was like, when I got there, she was like, "Yeah, and all our parking is gated. You know, I just want to make sure you know that." I'm like, "Okay, like what?" You know, and I pulled my car in there, and then I kept noticing as I was getting to my job, I kept seeing all these used tire places. And I'm like, why is every like what is going on? And then next thing I know, I get into the dealership and they was like, "Yeah, you gotta be careful out here." I'm like, careful out where? And they like, so I start Googling. I mean, I don't think it's that bad to the point where like I'm not gonna say it's worse than any other city. Like any metropolitan city has their issues. Like Charlotte, human trafficking is horrible there. Whatever. That's where I'm from, by the way.
Yeah.
Um, but like you don't see bulletproof glass at the windows, you know? So that took me back.
I
Apparently they just, you know, they have a high violent crime or burglary rate in certain areas of Memphis. And I didn't know that was a thing until, I mean, like it was almost too late.
I didn't know that about Memphis either. I don't think. Oof. Yikes.
Mm-mm.
I can't go somewhere where I can't feel comfortable walking around alone.
But you know, I'd rather them be upfront with me about stuff like that. Cause then I know how to walk. You know,
Yeah.
don't pull a wool over my head like how when y'all was in San Francisco.
Oh my God, San Francisco. The way they be breaking into people's cars out there is insane. My husband and I last year November we went to San Francisco, and my mom tried to tell us. That's the thing. My mom tried to tell us because she lived out in San Bernardino. No, not San Bernardino. What
It
was it?
doesn't
She lived
matter.
out in San Jose. But she said don't go to San Francisco, go to Napa Valley, but don't go to San Francisco because they have a terrible problem with people breaking into the cars. She was giving us all these stories, and I took my purse with me thinking, oh, I'll just put my purse in the trunk. Somebody was watching us, and they specifically smashed out the window that leads to the trunk, and they went in the trunk and they took my purse. It was a very nice purse, and they took John's hoodie, but in the purse was his BMW key because I drove his BMW to the airport, and they took the purse and the BMW key. But San Francisco, I think you feel safe.
They knew that was a rental car because that's what's a big like trigger for them. They see the
Oh
rental
yeah,
car
they
and they
knew it was
go,
a rental car.
"Oh, I know you're
They saw
not
the
from
state on
here."
it.
But my thing is like maybe the lighting is bad because it's getting dark outside. But the thing is, they knew. You're right. You're right. I gotta let it go. So they knew that you had went in your rental car. So that's what also makes me upset because it's like, okay, you steal my wallet, that makes sense. But why would you take a key to a car that's clearly not here? This car
And
from
we definitely
Nevada,
was not riding around in a BMW rental.
right?
So,
Why would you
but
take
yeah,
that
no,
key?
they took that.
Like,
And I
dump it
remember
out.
John kept
Take the
complaining
purse.
about don't take anything.
Well, I mean,
And the worst part is that the smash and grabs are so bad there that they have a whole separate hotline for it, and it's pointless to even call it. You might as well forget it. They hear about smash and grabs all the time, and they're like, well, we'll put you down in the Excel sheet, but I don't know what you want me to do about it. That person long gone.
and what person?
That person's
That's
gone.
a ghost. That's a figment of
That
your
is a
imagination.
ghost.
That's you left it. What purse? You ain't never had no purse.
It was just, and we just had such a beautiful day, and for it to end like that was just heartbreaking. But no, I mean, I felt safe walking around and moving around San Francisco. You just can't feel safe with your car. Don't leave
And that's
nothing
the
in
hood
car.
I'm talking about.
Don't put
Show
nothing in the
me the
trunk.
bulletproof glass. Show me.
You know, you're right.
Show
You're
me
right.
so I know. I'm like, give me my purse. I'll take it. Well, you know what? But let's leave the purse at the hotel. I'll just take my essentials. You know, show me where I'm at.
Yeah. No. You're right. But
that's
yeah,
why
how
I
did we
look
get
like
to
this,
this? We was talking about K. Michelle, crunchy mute. Huh?
We was talking about K. Michelle because we talking about country music.
Country music.
But we was talking about country music because I had said, you know, about different cultures. Wow.
We talk on the phone almost every day. We've never had to keep track of our conversation. We've never ever had to stay on topic.
We gotta learn because, like, if I
gonna
was a
be
different
tough.
person, like a neurodivergent person is probably like going along with us and they probably talking with us like we're actually there, like a psycho. But a regular person who's here for, no, seriously, a regular person who's here for, you know, K drama, they're like, these people have not talked about K dramas, but for 10 minutes in 37 minutes.
We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together.
Stick with us. Or if you did,
Stick with us.
I mean,
Stick with us.
if you're here, that also may mean that we got it together in the future and they just wanted to come back and listen to old stuff.
Let's see where they come from. What's their origin story? You know what I'm saying?
I look like Michael Jackson down here, and then up here, I don't even know.
You know what? You really helped me through a hard time today, and that's why I'm really trying to give you grace. But Mike, you gotta move on. You gotta move on.
Oh my
The
god!
lighting,
Look at my arm. Look at my arm.
the lighting is what it is. The lighting is what it is. We're not gonna promote this podcast to our friends. We're just gonna put it out on the internet, and if they find it, they find it. Find it. What you chill out.
Who is this ghost?
You are fine. You just look a little dry.
But I'm not. I'm shaved, butted down. You know what? It's fine.
It's the shine. It's the shine. It's that cocoa butter shine. What's the girl who sing the song? We still not back on the K dramas. Lord have mercy. But just answer me that song. What's the girl that sing the cocoa butter?
Azalea Banks. I know that's not it.
It ain't Azalea Banks.
I know
she looked like her.
Banks. No, she does not. It's
Is it cocoa butter
it's
baby?
Shea Butter
Cocoa
Baby.
butter. Shea butter baby. Who sing that?
I just got a new Ari Lennox.
Ari Lennox. Yes, you
I had to
have
sing
that
another
Ari
song.
Lennox glow to you.
Just got a new apartment. I don't know the words.
You know, I actually never heard the song. I just know that's one of her songs. I've never heard an Ari Lennox song. I've seen her.
Yes, you have.
Which one?
Pressure. Dun, 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 pressure. Oh, you never heard that either?
Oh, yes, I have heard that. You know whose music I started liking because of you.
Who?
I wouldn't say I like all their songs.
Okay, but who?
But I do like some of their music. 17.
17. I need to get into
that. That one song, at first I loved this last comeback. I did love
FML.
FML, yeah. I like some of the songs on FML. I like Super. That video is so fire. I love video. Yeah. I love just a large group of people dancing in synchronization. And that was that was my favorite song.
Except for Super M. When they did that Super Whoa. Like, shit.
Find the clip. I gotta find the clip because Taman was.
You're about to dislocate your shoulder, but he did great. They did great, but like, yikes.
I wonder now that Lucas isn't coming back to Super M. I wonder what they're gonna do. Okay, we'll let it go. But back to 17.
Okay, what's one of your favorite like intros to a K-drama?
Oh, one of my favorite intros to a K-drama is definitely Business Proposal, the little cartoon intro. Yeah. If they have a cartoon intro, it's going to be fire. It's gonna be fire. Now, a cringy intro that I don't like is when they have the people kind of like standing in the background doing like, you know, like those 90s. Those 90s. There was a Thai drama that did that. It was a BL, and I was like, "This is the worst intro I've ever seen." Was it Blue Kiss?
I've seen a Thai drama that had a good intro. You don't even like the music to the Thai drama. You don't even like. If we had watch parties like the way that we could have them now, we could skip the intros, but we could never
just not have to watch.
We would like the way we would play videos when we were watching them together. But you know, we haven't been watching them together because Mariah's been watching them without me. But when we're watching shows together, like we're supposed to, we do this thing where we go 1, 2, 3, play, and
so we can be in sync together.
And we have to be in sync. And so sometimes she'll hear that it's not in sync, and she go, "Yeah, ahead of me." And like stuff like that. And so like,
and somehow it became a habit to do that.
So we, even if the intro's horrible, we had to watch it over and over.
We have to watch the intro. Babe. It is such a good show. It was such a good. Both seasons was so good, but the intro
I think
was
it's a cultural difference. That's what it is. It's a cultural difference.
Yeah, I love an intro where it's like a little cartoon, and it shows. I don't know, or it doesn't like show what's going to happen in the show, but it gives you like a little feel like, for the show. That's how you know it's gonna be good.
Right, like it's like when you want to see it, like the way that movie trailers are nowadays, where they feel like they have to show you the entire freaking movie. I don't like some of the dramas. It's like you already showed me who the person gonna end up with. Like that's not the funny.
Like, we already know. We already know who they're gonna end up with. I think there was one really good drama that had a bad intro. I think it was called we ain't watched together. Our Beloved Summer.
Oh, we
where
did.
It's like a girl and and it's so good, but
oh wow, I would have loved to watch it.
It's such a good drama. It's about exes. I
would have loved to.
I didn't finish it, by the way.
Okay, maybe that's something we could watch together and we could share it with the people. Yeah,
it's really, really good. It's about this guy and girl. They dated back in high school. They broke up, and now as adults, they've been joined back together because they did like this reality show, and so they're doing like a 10-year update on the reality show. I don't want to give too much away, but it's really good. I didn't finish it yet.
Did we finish the one with the idol where she had to date her, where she had to live with her idol?
Oh my gosh! Now that show has the exact type of intro that we hate, but that's such a good show. I fell in love with the anti-fan. I married the anti-fan.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. That one episode where she was pointing that gun at Do you know what I'm talking talking about they had on the groom and the
so
bridesmaid, the
recap
bride
a lot of
dressed
these
and she
shows.
had that gun. We have to. This week, we're actually going to be doing our top 4 dramas. We're going to choose, well, I already wrote it out. If Michael goes and looks at the Google Drive, we already wrote it out, but we're going to do our top 4 dramas. We're supposed to be choosing one rom-com, one action / thriller, one, I can't remember the other ones, but it's gonna be good.
It's written down at least.
So yeah, it's written down at least. So if you're into that, please come back and watch that episode. It'll be coming out this week. So we're like, I don't know if you can tell yet, but we're serious about the K-dramas. I keep touching my ear. I know it's getting annoying, but we're serious about them and we really like them. Oh, but I was gonna say about 17. And then we started talking about the music. Back to this. There's one song on their FML that I really, really liked that at first I didn't like. And then I think I sent you the TikTok. Come to find out, you know that song that goes, I don't understand, but I love you. I don't understand, but I love you.
Yeah.
Did you know that a fan had messaged them that on a V-Live? And now I didn't know that, and they took that and they put it in a song, and now that's like my favorite song on the album.
I didn't send the TikTok to you.
That is. No, I sent it to you.
Did you? The last couple of days were such a blur. I'm sorry. I'm running out 4 hours of sleep.
You know, the last couple of days, we have had like a really rough time recently, but I'm so glad that we're here right now and we're recording. I feel like we're really finding our groove, just like talking.
I knew that was going to happen. That's what I thought our pre-record was going to be, not an ambush on intro.
It was no ambush. Now, see, what you're going to stop doing.
What?
What you're going to stop doing is that. It was no ambush. You are the king of coming up with stuff on the fly.
Yeah, because it's not on the fly though. Like it's not like it's something that is a chemistry, like the way that we're talking and feeding off each other. Not going, okay, Michael, let's do this. You know, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about A, B, and C. But do you know about W? How did we get here?
Do you know about W? I said Lee Chung-soo.
No, I'm not talking about the K-drama. I'm talking about the alphabet. Did you not get the analogy? Instead of music, I flow because you say A, B, C, and I'm going D, you know, but you went A, B, C, W. Like, how did we get to the other end of the alphabet?
Oh, man, I was doing so good.
Wobbled again.
Doing so good. I wish y'all could see my setup. Michael and we gotta find a way to streamline this, because if we're gonna be doing, I might have to do like a rig, a setup. I might have to get like a DSLR.
Yeah, that's beautiful that you can do stuff like that. I love it.
Wait, aren't you you talking about like having to buy a check bag? Don't you have like you travel so much? Anything.
No, like I can get a free check bag everywhere. I just don't like.
You should be priority by now.
I just don't like going down and getting a check bag every day. It's like sometimes I land at 11 o'clock at night. That's the last thing I want to do is wait for one of these big ass luggages to come around at 12 o'clock.
No, I understand. Don't get wait a minute. Take it down a notch. You know
I was
how to get mad at
imagining being there. Now it wasn't at you. It was just me imagining being impatient.
And so you took the frustration out on me.
I didn't take anything out on you. I'm just talking to the people.
Well, don't take it out on them either.
You're right. They got to come back.
So.
Wait, what was Mariah on this list? You got talking point 1, talking point 2, talking about 3. I just noticed. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one.
That's why I said you were supposed to write in episode 1. We're in episode 1. This is episode 1. Episode 000 is just a template.
Okay, but where you say embracing our ADHD, we did that?
I completely went off script for the intro.
I'm talking
but tomorrow
about
I'm going to do the script.
Well, I'm talking about
Or
where it says
Wednesday when we
embracing our
record our
ADHD
script.
quirks. Did we even do that?
Oh yeah. Let's talk about our ADHD quirks before we get out of here. I've always wanted to say that
We're
on a
on
podcast
time,
before
and
we
we
get out
didn't
of
even
here.
do finding community and connection. We didn't do.
No, what happened? I was doing
We
so
talked about
good
K
watching time.
Michelle.
I was doing so good with the time. I was doing so good with the time, and then I don't know what happened. It felt like just like a regular phone call
Am
for
I
us.
blurry? I moved too much.
No, you're not gonna be blurry in the final recording. Stop that. I gotta edit all this, by the way.
Oof. Yeah, let's keep this under an hour.
Well, no, I mean, I have a program that edits it for me, but I gotta cut
Don't
certain
tell the
things.
people
I
our
gotta watch it
secrets.
again to
Edit
cut
that
certain
out.
things out.
Edit that out. Our secrets.
Okay. I know that was not a cell phone that went off.
It wasn't. It was. It was my phone letting me. Cause listen, Mariah, my Wi-Fi is so fucking bad in this hotel that I had to use my cell phone, and that was T-Mobile letting me know that you've used 80% of your 5G data for the month. So it's gonna push me down to LTE.
So what are you gonna do at the
this.
next hotel?
Hopefully the Wi-Fi
Have I
works.
ever had LTE? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes,
That's right.
at one point you had LTE.
But yes,
Everyone at one point had LTE.
let's talk about our ADHD quirks before we get out of here.
I don't even
And
know
the
why
other
we need to
stuff
talk
we'll
about it, because
save for
people have
another day.
seen it. At this point, if they this far, they've seen it.
Well, no, there are other quirks that we have. Obviously, we can't stay on topic for the life of us. Hopefully, that's not too annoying. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna do better. But one of my quirks is, other than the obvious procrastination, it's I cannot keep up with anything. I will have something in my hand. I will go, say for example, I have this in my hand. I will go to put it down. And then when I go to grab it,
I think you should put that back right now. Your office can't handle no more. You need to put that back. I'm gonna help you out.
Now you spilling too many secrets.
That office.
But that's one of my quirks.
Thing in there. Your office busting at the seams. You turn that camera around.
Would you cut it out?
She's in Texas, by the way. You ain't never tell the people where you was at.
Yes, I am in Texas, and that's why I'm burning up hot in front of this light. I'm over here sweating.
In Kentucky. Do you know I asked if there are people at that sales at the place I work, and I asked them what's good to eat around here. Do you know they said Longhorn Steakhouse?
No.
The chain?
What the Chinese food is like there?
I won't find out, but I will say one thing I like about America.
Michael said the chain.
No, because I was in the middle of nowhere somewhere in Ohio. And I was like, ooh, what's good to eat around here? I always like asking what's good to eat around here. They was like, oh, there's a real good Asian spot. I went to the Asian spot. When I tell you it tasted like I was eating noodles out of dishwater. I was like, I could literally taste the starch. Like I could taste the carbohydrates in that damn
disgusting.
Rock. Oh, it was disgusting. And not the like flavorful type soaps. Like this was like Irish Spring dishwater. This was not Dawn or Palm Olive. Like whereas at least I could see some consistency.
You don't know what Dawn and Palm Olive tastes like.
I'm just saying, I know that Dawn is a strong soap. You see the commercials where they take the geese out and it's a degreaser and they get the oil off, and when the oil still happen, that's a soap with some substance. This ramen tasted like literally opaque, starchy with a dab of oil and Irish Spring. It was disgusting. I literally was like, so don't eat you can't eat Asian food everywhere. And then I should have known something when they had white people in the back. I was like, they had Asian people
Oh
there.
my God.
Because
Please.
I find this as I
Please
go to
don't.
different places, I recognize that, like, because the food they was eating in the back didn't smell like the food that they gave me. So I know they know
Ugh.
how to season. They just said, oh, the people here can't handle it. So they fed me like Billy Bob over here in Akron, and I'm just I
Ugh.
couldn't. So but one
What
thing I
part
do
of
like about
Ohio were
America,
you in?
I don't know. It was like I had to drive an hour away from the closest airport. So it wasn't like a known city. Like Akron was nowhere near where I was at, actually. It's the only city I know in Ohio. But
Makes
where
sense.
I'm at,
Oh, in
what
Columbus.
I recognize that I can do is when you Hispanic food, they don't care. They will burn your insides up if they feel like it. If you find you an authentic Mexican place, it's gonna taste like, they got different kinds, but it's gonna taste like Mexican food's supposed to taste. So that you don't have to worry about if you start traveling everywhere. But and another thing, do not eat seafood in a landlocked place. Don't do it. You'll be
It's
real
not gonna
upset.
be fresh.
Because where'd you get it from?
Well, I don't really eat seafood.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, where did they? They got it from the Walmart. You could have cooked that at the house. They
What
got
house?
it from the Kirkland brand.
What house?
Which I'm talking about when you. No, I mean I'm talking about for those who have had seafood in a landlocked state.
So you can farm fish. You don't have to be
Oh yeah, you
around
can
water,
farm fish.
but it's not going to taste good when you're when you're in the land. I don't know. Maybe it's because they don't know how to cook it where they're from. They think you're supposed to cook it like a steak. I don't know, but seafood in some of these landlocked places. But today I went to a Mexican spot and I got me a torta. Oh, what was it that we were talking about before we got to food?
Our ADHD quirks. It's okay. We at the 57-minute mark, Mike. We gonna wrap this up. Next week, though, we will be talking about join us next week as we talk about second male leads from an ADHD perspective, because we love the second male lead, and there are several that I want us to talk about. Our faves.
Okay, good. I'll follow your lead on that.
Because Love Alarm, hello. Love Alarm.
That was the first show. Now she tends to fall in love with the first male lead.
Whoa.
You do.
Whoa.
I don't. I always be like,
whoa.
So just because you was 1 second too late, you so dumb that you can't see that this guy or this girl
Michael, wait till next week. Wait till next week. You give it to me next week. Next week. Come, not even next week. We'll be uploading again this week. So make sure you come back this week, and we're going to talk about second male leads. Usually I don't like second male leads, but we're going to talk about Love Alarm. I think there's going to be plenty to focus on when it comes to these second male leads. There's just so many ones. But yeah, I usually don't like the second male lead, but we'll talk about that.
What possessed you to all of a sudden
that wraps it up?
The mic in that last bit.
Is it too loud?
No, it's just a difference. Like you just went all of a sudden, like I don't know. It just caught me off guard.
Another one of my ADHD quirks. I'm very fidgety.
Who is it with
this? Should have been the fidget podcast. But anyway. Just gonna wrap it up for this week. Like I said, this show is perfect for K-drama fans and those seeking comedic insights about self-care and ADHD. So make sure you come back.
We did not talk about anything
next
self-care.
week.
Actually, this was very deplorable when it comes to self-care. We had a trying week. Oh, I've only had 4 hours of sleep. We got to get back on the self-care. You know what? Typically, we are talking about self-care.
I only got 3.
But this time, not so much. We'll try that next time.
Yes, typically we are. Next week we will. We'll talk about how to take care of yourself if you are in a love triangle as well. So So
My eyes
make
are
sure you keep
horrible. You see the
laughing, keep
bags?
learning, and embrace your focus and flair. Bye, everybody. Make sure you subscribe and like and comment. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Please come back, you guys. Please come back. Please,
We'll
please,
be
please.
better. We'll be better.
Don't give up on us. We'll be better. This is our first episode. We gotta build confidence in front of the camera, but this week, make sure you come back, hit that notification bell. We will be back this week. We got at least 3 episodes planned, so make sure you come back this week. So like I said, keep laughing, keep learning, and remember to embrace your focus and flair. Bye.